Welcome to the notes on translation. So we're still talking about transformations, but now we're going to talk specifically about translation. So what is a translation? Remember, we describe that as a push or a slide. And here's an example right here, okay? If we have a triangle in the front here as our pre-image, and then we push that or slide it towards the back to our new triangle. Okay, again, how did I know that my triangle in the front was our original? Remember tick marks. Okay, so I knew that this was my A prime, B prime, C prime, so I knew that must have been the image after the translation. Therefore, this must have been our original. And you can see that there are no tick marks on A, B, or C there. So remember, those tick marks will be really important. So that's what the translation is. We're going to talk about a translation rule in a second. So if we look at this picture right here, all right, we start with this square right here. And then it slides over to the right 4 and 2 units down to our new square. Again, you can tell by the tick marks, we know that is our image after the translation. So here's some things that you got to remember, all right? We're going to talk about a translation rule. So you've got to know positive, okay? If something is positive, all right, that means it went to the right in terms of X, and it went up in terms of Y. So Y, it goes up, X, it goes to the right. If something is negative, okay, well, that means that it went to the left in terms of X and down in terms of Y. So X is to the left, Y would be down. So now we do translation rules, all right? How is this going to look as a translation rule? We would say right here, all right, that we would call this we kind of write it as an ordered pair. Some people will write it as X comma Y. Every point moves. Now this next part is the key. We would say since it went 4 units to the right, that's X plus 4. And then for Y, it went down 2 units, so it would be Y minus 2. So this right here would be our translation rule. Once you know that, the first couple problems they'll ask you is just, hey, write the ordered pair as a translation rule. Okay, so let's do that. So point A, XY moves 12 units left, so that we know that's going to be negative, and 8 units up. That's positive in terms of Y. So what's our answer going to look like? X minus 12, because it's 12 units to the left, and then Y is 8 units up, so it's Y plus 8. So that would be the translation rule. Again, you can see X minus 12 means it moves to the left, Y plus 8 means it moves up. 5. So here was another one, 5 units to the right. So there's our plus, 2 units down, there's our minus. So X plus 5, Y minus 2. There's your answer now using the translation rule. So pretty straightforward. Okay, now here's one where they give you the picture. It says find the vertices of the triangle according to the translation rule and graph it. So here's our translation rule. Again, here's the key parts. X minus 2, so we know that's going to be to the left. And then Y minus 3, we know that's going to be down. So those are the 2 parts. So every point's going to move that same amount. So R is going to be to the left 2, 1, 2, down 1, 2, 3. So there's my R prime. Again, the new point gets the image or the little prime tick mark. Q back 2, 1, 2, down 3, 1, 2, 3. There's my new Q prime. And then P, again, back 2, down 1, 2, 3. There's my P prime, and here's my new triangle. Looks something like this. So there's that image that shifted to the left and down. Now it wants the vertices, all right? Find the new vertices. Okay, if they want those as ordered pairs, we'd say R prime, and you would just list it. That'd be negative 3, 0. Q prime would be, looks like 1, 0. And then P prime, let's do right back here, that's going to be 0, down 2. So 0, negative 2, there's the points. Finally, on this side, write a rule to describe the translation. Well, which way is this going? Is it going from here to here? Or is it going here to here? Well, it's obviously going to be the bottom one. How come? All right, again, prime marks. That tells us where's the image after the translation. So this one doesn't have it. So this right here, this is our new image. So how is it shifting? It's shifting to the right and down. So we just have to count. Pick any any points, count them up. So I'm going to go P to P prime. So we went over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I know I went over 8. So it's going to be X plus 8. And then let's count the Y. I go down. I'll do that in red here. From here, I go down 1. I'm just going to try a different color here. From here, I'll go down 1, down 2. So it's Y minus 2. Every point I count would be the exact same. It has to be with the translation. So that would be our translation. It went to the right and down 2. There you go. All right, last 2 examples that you guys will see, and then we will be done. It says use the ordered pair translation rule. So there's our ordered pair. Find the image of the point 9, 2. So now we don't have a chart. Okay, well this right here, this 9, 2, there's our X and our Y. Okay, that's the point that's moving. So all we're going to do is we're going to take these values and we're going to plug them in for X and for Y, because that will tell us the image. Because here is our pre-image. So to find the image, we're just going to plug them in. So it's going to be 9 minus 10. Again, 9 came from right here. Then I'm going to plug that 2 in for Y. So that's going to be 2 plus 7. So the image, if I use for that translation, would be 9 minus 10 is negative 1. 2 plus 7 is 9. So that would be the point. You just plug them in. Now, the second example, this one always throws people for a loop. You've got to know, does it ask for the image, which you just plug in, or the pre-image? So the pre-image, okay? So that's the point before the translation. Okay, so we now are at negative 6, 4. So where did we start? Okay, so rather than just plugging in our X and our Y, like we did last time, we're going to do that, but we're going to perform the opposite value of the rule. Because we've subtracted 10 and we've ended up at negative 6. So if we subtracted at negative, we want to know where we started at. So rather than subtracting negative 10 from 6, we're going to add that in. So we are going to plug these in, but we're going to do the opposite. So here's how this will look. All right, so the first one, it's going to be X. Rather than minus 10, it's going to be plus 10. Oops, and not X. I'm going to plug in negative 6. And instead of minus 10, it's going to be a plus 10. And then for Y, I'm going to plug in my 4, but instead of plus 7, it's minus 7. So negative 6 plus 10, that's going to be 4. 4 minus 7 is negative 3. There is my pre-image for that image, for that point, using that notation rule. So there you have the properties of translations, how they're going to move, and then how to find those points based off the notation rule.